Latest entrant to the mini hot hatch market. Now, with a price tag close to 25 grand, you might just write this off as another sporty runabout, but it's actually a whole lot more. Based on the regular Ford Fiesta, the ST redefines the performance market in Australia, and while you may not realise it, this car already has cult followings around the world, as a star in the popular Gymkhana series. Okay, so the Ken Block link might be a little bit tenuous, but there is no denying the Fiesta ST's sporty credentials. Powered by a 1.6 litre turbocharged petrol engine, the ST produces 147 kilowatts of power and 290 newton meters of torque, and it's matched to a silky smooth 6-speed manual gearbox. You can see where the money has been spent or where it has been saved. The ST gets lowered suspension, 17-inch alloy wheels, Recaro sports seats, and even a pair of chrome exhaust tips. There's no option for sat-nav or leather seats, but for a price tag of $25,990 plus on roads, it truly is a performance bargain. It might just look like a sporty runabout on the road, but the Fiesta ST actually boasts some really accomplished driving credentials. The electrically assisted steering package is a particular highlight. It's really sharp, turns into corners nicely, and gives a fair bit of response. Once you're up and running, the Fiesta ST has quite a nice note. It's actually got a sound symposer that is plumbed through the firewall. So you put your foot down, and particularly around 5,000 revs, it's a nice, raucous kind of exhaust note. The ventilated front brakes work really well and have a nice progressive feel through the pedal. And the handling is, well, fairly firm, to put it bluntly. It definitely has a performance bias, and while little bumps aren't too concerning, bigger undulations tend to really unsettle the cabin. On the road, the ST is ultra fun and blisteringly quick. 0 to 100 is achieved in under 7 seconds, and in order to tap into the 147 kilowatts and 290 newton meters of power on tap, you need to go into an overboost function. So pretty much if you take off, it picks up fairly nicely. Then between 1600 and 6000 RPM, you can utilise the overboost function for about 20 seconds. That's quite brisk. There's also torque vectoring technology which keeps power to the outside wheels during cornering. One of the big bugbears with the older sibling of this car, the Focus ST, is the amount of torque steer you have while driving. This is mainly evident during heavy acceleration when the front wheel tugs between the hands. But there's not really much sign of that in this car. It's fairly friendly. As good as this car is through the corners, it's also extremely adept at everyday situations, as long as you're willing to compensate some ride comfort, particularly at lower speeds. So it can be a little bit jittery over bigger undulations. There's also a little bit of tyre noise, particularly on coarse chipped sections of road. But all in all, this is definitely a car that you could live in, the sort of thing that would run to school and then allow you to take the twisty back roads home. And the biggest redeeming feature has to be that price. It wouldn't be out of the question for a car manufacturer to come along and offer, a regular sporty hatch for 25 grand, but to actually get what you get in this car is truly remarkable.